Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are joined once again with Raphael from Zappiti. Raphael is going to go over some of the newest players today, which we have three of them, right, Raphael?
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
for having me, Shane. I'm very glad that I can share. You're the first actually.
Hey,
I
there we
speak
go.
about the new range, and I'm very happy to do that. And yes, it's for great news. Finally we've get our new players coming. It will be not very long for now. In 1 month, we can play with it. I'm
hmm
really excited about that.
So let's start off with the entry level one, the Neo.
Yeah. So the Neo is basically the replacement for the 1AC, that you knew on the previous range. It's almost like a Pro. It's wider than the 1AC. It's got, of course, the latest Realtek RD 1619 RD chip inside. We get an LCD display on that. You will have simple information on that. You will get one line, in fact, of data on the display. You will have one HDD bay, which can store up to 20 terabytes on this model. You will have two HDMI outputs and one input if you need that extra input. You never know. And yes, basically it can play anything. It will have the famous Zappiti interface. And for the release of these new players, we will add some cool stuff like a new real cinemascope mode, because before it was just a downscaling
Yeah,
of the picture, and
you
now
kind of
we have
cropped it.
created, yeah, for the new line, a new cinemascope version with several rows of pictures of cover arts. It will be cool, and a new theme. The red, the classic, the silver, and you will have a new theme on this for these new models too. So it
That's
will
good.
be
What was
really.
the older version? They were maxed at what, 16 terabytes?
No, in fact, they are compatible up to 18 terabytes. Okay, the previous range.
The
The,
previous.
the
Okay, so this
yes,
is 20.
yes, this new is 20, and we have no limitation. If they go up to 22, I guess it will be
Oh,
compatible.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
But I think the big thing that people are excited about is Dolby Vision is now on these new models.
it's basically the why we didn't launch, our players earlier, because there were so many problems at first, with this new chip, and the possibility to play Dolby Vision with the menu or without the menu, with one layer and not the two layers. So now we've made it possible that any MKV, ISO, Blu-ray folder, anything will be able to play with Dolby Vision. So we have no more any limitations. So that's why we took so much time, to
Right.
wait and to release, because I wanted it to be quite perfect on that. And now we get also the new VS10 engine, to convert the Dolby Vision into HDR, and now it's working. It's working really great. We don't have any problem with the tone mapping, so it was all for the best. I think to
Right.
have
Right.
waited a little bit longer than the other competitor.
So this does have the same UI, but a different color, different backgrounds.
Yes, the different backgrounds, like I told you, three themes now with the new range, and maybe later next year we will do some more. Okay, I think people like that. I've got a lot of your viewers, coming at me and ask me how to get the silver theme, etc. So it's a cool thing. People like it, so we will continue to do some new things for them.
Yeah. Good. Good. And then the next model is the signature, or sorry, reference.
Yes, the reference. The reference is like the Pro, but only like boosted. It's way it's it's more more powerful. It has dual bay also, but it has also an OLED display, which you can have many, uh, infos like the title of the music, the title of the movies. Of course, you will have two or three lines available for the display. And we finally added what was thought at the beginning, at the creation of the Pro. We always thought that we needed some XLR output, some DAC output, but for many reasons we had to let it go. And finally, the Pro that I wanted is finally there with all that we dreamt of. To have an ESS DAC, to have the XLR output, so we've got a great video and audio player. Really, and it's massive. You will see,
Yeah.
when you get your version, yes, it's even heavier than the Oppo 205. It's a great player. Really, great looking. I love it.
So coming from the Neo over to the reference, so we're getting a upgraded DAX. That's the big thing.
Exactly. ESS, the same actually, it's the same DAC as the Oppo.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, so it's a great DAC, and we've got a big Tornado power supply inside, like the Pro and the Pro Ace. And we still get the dual bay. Okay, we've put it in a different way. Before it was one on either side of the
Yeah.
player,
Yep.
but we I missed an OLED display. I always wanted to have a display, and the only way to make it possible was to make them one on top of the other. But don't worry for the heat. We've got a fan under it. We've got a bigger case. So we've done all the taste, and no problems with even two hard drives working inside the player.
So this is a tall unit then, like taller than
Yes,
the
yeah,
original.
yeah, of course, yes. But it's great. It's looks like in your rack. It's like 3U.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's massive, and it's delivered with the rack mount. It's already inside the box. Okay,
Okay.
so you get the rack mounts for each models. You get the
Nice.
rack ears inside.
Very nice.
And I will make also a special custom Middle Atlantic version of it, for people who love the aesthetic of the rack.
Right, right, right. That's same remote for both. High quality
Yes,
backlit.
yes, for the three models. In fact, we don't have, before we had two different models, but for this new range, the remote will be like the Pro. In fact, we kept this one, and it's great, and it's backlighted, so everything that we need, and we get a lot of discrete code like before, like the reverse, 10-second reverse, or the 10-second next, etc. And we've got also the shortcut for the Zappiti video app and the Explorer app.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I just got bounced off. Got bounced.
Yeah, I've lost you for a second.
Yeah. That's weird.
You're back. Sorry.
Moving the screen back up. Okay. All right. So we got the same remote. Mm,
Yes, always the IR extender.
yes.
I'm working right now on the third party control. So for for especially for the guys who have like a Control 4 system or RTI or Crestron,
Yep.
we have finally the real discrete code for power on and off, which wasn't the case in the previous range. And our API will be far more advanced, so we can have like two ways infos, feedback from the
Yeah.
playback of the movie, etc. It wasn't possible before, and now we've got so many things to do. So I'm working on that, and I guess it will be ready for the launch of the players.
Yep. Yeah. I'm excited for that. I use this thing called I don't know if you heard it before. It's called a Roomy remote. It's an app.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's a cheap solution, but it
Yeah.
works.
It
It,
works
it
really good.
works.
Yeah.
I know, but I used to be a dealer, and you don't make much money out of it. So I'm more like a Control 4 guy or RTI guy. I love this brand, and I love to still program it.
Yeah, I mean, I it's like $10 or something like that,
Yeah,
but
yeah, but
yeah,
it's working.
it does work. Yeah,
I
works
can
really
tell
good.
you otherwise. So, I know that. A friend of mine has got one in Paris, so I've already looked at it.
Yeah, the only thing it's missing is the timeline.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only thing it's missing. I think the app is missing that too, right? The app doesn't show you like the timeline of
no,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So hopefully you guys implement that in the new app.
yeah.
Can you explain what the how important it is? Why you have a big toroid inside of this?
As you must know, you get the pro, so you
Hmm.
know it makes a difference in the picture. No matter what we think, you know, it's just a power supply, but it makes a difference for the video and the audio. Believe me. So we put a new model. It's not the same model as the Pro or the Pro S version. It's a better version of the toroidal power transformer, and it brings, you know, more clarity, you know, less video noise on the picture. So it has, for me, it has some importance. You know, it's the same chip, the same motherboard as the Neo,
Yeah.
but with this little thing, you know, the picture is better, definitely.
And let's jump over to the big guy, the
Yeah.
signature.
Yeah, yeah. This one we tried, you know, to select everything works best, you know, and we had problems because, like, you know, the ESS DAC was difficult to find because the manufacturer in Taiwan, you know, burnt last year,
Yeah.
and we have a real problem to find this DAC, and I wanted, you know, our players to get the ESS DAC. And so we've got the new version, you know, that even Oppo didn't have, and it's the ESS 9038 Pro, you know, which is one of the best DAC I heard
Hmm.
in my life, and it is controlled by the XMOS processor, which is an audio processor, and the combination with the two, you know, for the audiophile lover, they will love it. It's way better than anything that I heard on a media player. Really, it's unbelievable, and we will miss something, you know, to work great for the music, because you can stream now on every player. You can have DSD, which wasn't the case, you know, before, and we get a DSD 512 maximum bandwidth, and you know, we are going to try to have our players rune certified. Okay, I hope before the end of the year. So
Yeah.
we will have the best music app for me, and to work with our players, that the app will be able to use our DAC and our XMOS processor inside. And I think, you know, people who love music will love our new players.
This one has the dual R-core power supply. So this is
Yeah,
like the Ace from last year, last
yeah.
generation.
Yeah, it's even better. It's even better because it's a new generation, and this is the state of the art for me, for a power supply. So you know, it makes a big difference in the price, but
Yeah.
honestly, it's you'll see when you have it. You know, the images, the color, everything is like the Ace. You know, it may be subtle, but if you analyze the picture, you will see the difference on the picture. So it's
Yeah,
really great.
I noticed the difference between the HDR Pro 4K Pro from last year and the Ace. But I had a
Yeah,
hard time showing it on the video camera. That's why it like took me so long to do it because I couldn't
yeah,
get it on camera because it's subtle, but if you look at it and you kind of switch your inputs back and forth, then you can see that there's definitely a difference. But
yeah.
I had a hard time showing that on with
Yeah,
my
yeah,
camera.
I know
Yeah.
what you mean, because I had the same problem showing it. But you know, like a movie like Blade Runner, you know, 2049.
Yeah.
You know, it's very gray, it's difficult, and you
Mhm.
see the background in this movie with the Pro Ace. Everything is neat, you know, is well defined.
Yeah, it's cleaner
It,
for sure. Yeah, like the gradations and everything, the tones are
and
cleaner.
you will see it's even more astonishing with the signature. I've got one in my own theater right now, and every night I'm rediscovering, my preferred movies, and see the difference with the previous models, and every day it's a blessing. I'm
Hmm.
enjoying and watching movies again with these new players.
So what's if you have the original NAS rip, I don't
Hmm.
know whatever term you want to use now, but if you have
Yes.
that one and you're ripping movies, is the Dolby Vision metadata on that
Yes.
specific rip? So it's there. Okay, so you
Because
don't have to worry about
we
it.
always used ISO. When we
Yeah.
back up the movie, it was ISO, so everything is inside the rig. So the problem was, if we have delivered these new players earlier, we wouldn't have been able to have the Dolby Vision layer. It wasn't possible earlier. So now it's all fine. All the Zappiti customers will be able to enjoy their Dolby Vision tracks, on every movie they have with the new players.
Right, right, right. And shout out to Transylvania for the $5 super chat. So I think the NAS rip is also Rune certified, right?
The NAS, yes,
Yeah.
in fact, it's a Rune core. It's not a Rune certified because we have installed the Rune core, which is the
Oh,
base
gotcha.
of
Yeah,
the Rune.
got you. Right.
Instead of having that, inside your computer, you have it. You don't have to turn your computer on all the time. It's inside the NAS. It's running all the time, so you can enjoy all your music from
Yeah,
the
that's cool.
NAS to every Rune compatible device around the house. And yes, to answer the question, it will be Rune. I want it to be Rune certified because we will be able to manage, the audio decoding inside our players to benefit from the DAC. If we are just Rune tested, it will be like an AirPlay,
Yeah.
solution, which has some limitations for the audio, and I don't want to have any limitations for the iRaise music, for instance.
Okay. So that's cool.
Yeah.
There's another one here. Thank you for the $2 one super chat, Sharan.
Yeah.
Gentleman wants to know what is the difference in terms of picture and sound quality if he gets the Neo? Will it have the same picture and sound? Obviously not, but I'll let you explain how that is.
Yes, between he means between the reference and the Neo, for instance.
I would say explain it as it is as it goes up from Neo reference and
Yes,
signature.
yes. In fact, it's the same. Once again, it's the same motherboard. Okay, so we will have great results from the Neo to the signature, but then it's the little details that will make the image better, cleaner, and more colorful. The Neo, is just like a transport. It will just give you the signal, the pure signal from the file. The reference will add, thanks to the power supply, etc., and high-end qualities component inside. You will have more detailed pictures, more cleaner picture,
Yeah.
and the signature, it goes way above. You will have a more colorful picture. It will be even cleaner. So yes, you go to the top with the signature, but you will have. I insist on that. You will have great quality on the Neo, no matter what. I'm testing it every day, and it's gonna be great enough for most of the installation.
Yeah, I would say as I noticed it with the when I did the little mini, the 4K mini,
Yeah,
and then with the
the Pro.
4K Pro,
Mhm.
that I mean the mini still looked really good, but there's something about it which I wouldn't say it was. I'd say a little bit maybe noisy that you can
Mhm.
see around like
Yeah,
edges and stuff like that.
thanks to the external
Yeah,
power supply, and
yeah,
it works great. But when you watch it with the Pro, you cannot go back. And I think it will be the same with the reference. Okay, people can start with the Neo, to enjoy all the new features, and they like it. If they want to have it better, they can always contact us. We will find something to get them upgraded to the reference, but we'll always find a way. I'm sure.
yeah. I say with the Ace too. Like I
Mhm.
really like the 4K Pro because it looks really good
Yeah.
on the projector. But then
Mhm.
with the Ace, it's almost like the Pro almost had like a, I don't want to say it was dull looking. It was almost like a gray film, like a cloud, like very very light. But then if you go back and forth, then the colors they definitely come out more with the cleaner
more
power, with the
vivid.
bigger power supply. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, it's the thing. That's why we don't make a player to sell it, at an expensive price just for the sake of it. It
yeah.
was always a thought, and I know that we won't sell a ton of it, but for people, for movie lovers, I know that at this price point, it's something that they will love to have the choice. From less than $1,000 to $3,000, people will have the choice, and their choice will be best always.
So if you guys didn't see my review for the Zappiti Ace, that's my review right there. Just a
Yeah,
cleaner picture overall.
yeah,
Subtle, but it's there. If you never had the reference or the mini, maybe you wouldn't notice it. But since I've had them all on hand at the same time, for sure, there's a there is a subtle difference between all three of them.
yeah.
And you mentioned about the chip shortage. How does that affect all three lines?
No, because we invested a lot, and we were already bought, all the motherboard, some times ago. So for now, we are good with that, and I don't think there is many problem on the semiconductors business, but in our area of business, I don't think there is a shortage. We have other problems. We have transportation problems. We've got power in China. My manufacturer called me this week, and she told me that the Chinese government has made her, close the factory 2 days a week, for the power outage, because everyone China is booming. Everyone wants some stuff from them, and every manufacturers are working, 24 days and 7 days a week, and they had to shut down most of the factories to have some power back for the people. In fact, so it will affect some delays, transportation, and some problems for the building of the players. But for the all the parts that I've got inside our players, we don't have much problem for now.
Okay, so that sounds good. And when hold on, there's a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you plan to make something similar to Kaleidoscape, where you can offer movies as like download? That I don't
Yes.
think so, right? That's like a whole different.
It's they're still struggling, Kaleidescape, because not every studio has signed with them.
Yeah,
We are too small yet. We have to tell the truth. Kaleidescape is bigger than us, of course, and it's not really the way. We like our flexibility. We like our freedom. You can have some files from friends. We don't care. We want you to enjoy the program, and it's like, for me, the iTunes thing. To buy everything from one provider. I think it's always complicated. So I prefer to stay like we are, and but we will try, with the new I didn't speak about it, but we get an Android 9 version of in our new players,
yeah.
and we are able now to have more, apps from the Google Store. So we'll have Netflix now. It will be working in HDR, in Atmos. It will not be 4K. That will be the little limitation. It's 1080p, HDR, and Atmos in
Oh wait,
HD.
so you're gonna have apps in these players?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yes, I always wanted to have some apps because I know, all the people are using Apple TV for the apps, and I would
Yeah.
prefer them to have the PD player, to play everything
Yeah.
in a better way. But unfortunately, we have still some limitation because we have contacted Netflix and Google, and we have to sell 50,000 players a
Oh,
year,
really? Oh,
to
wow.
give us
Just to
yeah.
get certified?
Yes, just to get certified. So I hope we'll get there. I'm counting on every viewers, etc., to make this
Yeah.
happen.
Huh.
And if it's that, we will have the best, streaming device available on the market. If we succeed. So wait and see. But we're on it. We allow you the possibility to download almost every app available. They will have some limitation for Tidal. We will have only stereo, not Atmos. So it's little limitation, but it's usable. You can listen to your music, watch Amazon, watch whatever you need, and it's you can download it from the Google App TV.
And just so you guys know, I mean, I know people always like to compare Zappiti and the Cloud Escape,
Mm,
especially when I talk about both.
yeah,
So Zappiti is basically like for those people that use Plex or has you guys like to do the DIY solution with Kodi,
yeah,
Plex, etc. Like you know how to rip your movies, you know where to get the
mm,
movies from.
mm,
Whereas Cloud Escape, obviously they're a bigger brand, they have bigger brand deals with bigger studios, so they can download
mm,
the movies onto them. So you're
yeah,
paying a lot of money for that. You're paying for that convenience to do it. It requires no kind of legwork like a ZPD or an external media player does. Like your stuff is more high quality for
mm,
those people that you can give. It'll give you the best image quality from the people that know how to get their movies onto their PCs or onto the hard drives and all that. So that's kind of like the big difference between it. Like ZPD is a media player. It's not like a source that you download your movies.
but who knows? One day,
Maybe, yeah, maybe one day. Who knows? Yeah.
but it's too soon. But,
Shout out to Freak Guy for the $5 super chat. The current
yeah,
4K ZP players have a problem with
it's
the Gemini Man.
it's resolved, of course. Okay, we have a problem with the audio sync, with the Dolby Atmos and the 60p frame of this version, and it's the same with Billy. I've tasted both titles on the new players, and we don't have any problems anymore. So
Okay.
it was really due to a limitation of the previous chip that was 4 years old. It was it
Yeah,
has
it was big,
it
long in the
has
tooth there. And you mentioned it's Android 9 now instead of 6.
yes,
So there
it's
should
changed.
be a pretty impressive speed bump, I would expect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes only 8 seconds for the player to start and to display an image compared to 45 or 50
Yeah.
seconds on
Yeah,
the
it's
previous
a little bit.
generation. It's another dimension. Really, I'm really excited that people are going to play with it, and with the launch, there won't be so much new features inside the Zappiti interface, but you can count on me, guys, that with the new players, now I'm sure it will work great, and we will have plenty of time to develop new features. Like the one that I really like to see on our players is the favorite scenes. A little bit like Escape. When you choose a movie, you've got like 5 or 6 favorite scenes of the movie. And for people, for installers, when they want to demo something with their customers, they will have the possibility on each and every movie to select some favorite scenes, from one point to the end, and
Hmm.
they will have direct access to that.
Oh,
So
that's
if
cool.
you want to impress your friend, you want the bullet scene in the Matrix first movie, you will have direct access to the bullet scene movie. So it's something that I really want to see in our players.
Right, right. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
The first features and many others. Don't worry, we will be there, and we will add many things for the year to come.
And another important thing, since you guys are supporting Dolby Vision, you
Mhm.
guys are sending metadata this time around to your displays.
Yes, everything. Yes, we have no more limitations. We can choose, the engine to switch between Dolby Vision, whether it's the VS10 engine, or if you want to stay with the HDR, process, you have many possibilities in the settings of the player. So everyone will find, what's best for them, and you have to try and see what's best for you. You'll see.
Will there be a dynamic tone mapping feature in the players at any point in time? Or is that
Uh,
even like a feature feasible?
I'm not sure because honestly, there are so many, all the Sony display, the Sony projector, now the new line, the JVC, everyone is doing that.
Yeah.
The display is already doing it, and they're doing great. And the MUD VR engine, the scaler is doing that beautifully. So I don't think it will be necessary for us. We just have to, to give them the data. But even Mad VR, I think they don't need our data anymore. They are rescanning every frame of each
Yeah.
picture, and they're doing an amazing job. So we won't be able to compete with them, of course.
Shout out Travis. Any future where a disk drive will be included in the player?
Yeah, it's not. It's due to a legality issue. When you add an optical player inside the media player, you have to subscribe to the BDA Association forum. And when you are a member of the BDA, you cannot stream, you cannot play any ISO file, on your network. It's impossible. It's like Oppo, it's like Raven,
Yeah.
all this stuff. It's limited. You cannot have ISO compatibility. So we don't want to do that, of course. So, if you want to have a great player, go and see what Raven is about. You'll be impressed, I think. But, no, we won't do any Blu-ray player anytime soon.
Is is the signature the only one with the XLR outs? I forgot.
No, the reference has
Reference has
also
it too.
the,
Okay.
yes, but it's gold plated on this one. You've got big, massive, RCA connector. It's uh, it's really beautiful. So I love the back of this player.
Is there going to be a driveless model?
No, not this time. We will continue. The mini and the one, the smaller player of this, the actual version. We will continue to do that because there will be entry level players, and they work good. With most of the files. So we keep the old model for the with the new range, but we won't have any new version in the new mini version. I don't see the point, because it will be very more expensive than the old mini.
Hmm.
And I don't think people who want a small player who will need, any Dolby Vision capabilities. I don't think it will be the case.
So with the new 239 UI or CinemaScope UI,
Yeah.
when you put it in that mode and you're watching the movie, does the timeline still get cut off or does it move up with it as well?
No, you don't have anything. In fact, you will have, if you press pause, you won't have anything on the display anymore because we've got a lot of complaints,
Really?
especially from the Mad VR guy. When you want to press pause, you don't want to see anything on the screen just to watch at your picture. And with this new, you will have the info button if you want the timeline. Okay,
Okay.
it will
Yeah,
be
because
possible,
I
but
like the timeline because if
yeah,
I'm reviewing a movie and I want to see what chapter I'm on, I don't
yeah,
have to go
yeah,
back and switch my aspect ratio.
yeah. You will be able to do that with the info button, but the pause button, you won't have
Oh,
anything
okay.
visible
Very
on the
nice.
screen.
Finally, yeah. That always kind of bothered me because I would always have to go back to like 16 by 9 mode to see what chapter I'm in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 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 no problem. You will have the timeline this time.
Is there any kind of Plex support? I mean, it's Android. I'm sure you can put Plex in there.
So you
Yeah.
can download Plex. I didn't try it myself, to be honest with you, but yes, I think it will be compatible. But for it's always the same. Like before, we could download Kodi, but you couldn't benefit from the hardware decoding of our player because it wasn't made for that. So I
Yeah.
think the Plex thing will be you will be able to play your stuff, but you won't have access to the DAC for the reference, any of this stuff. So it will be very limited. So I don't think it will be a great Plex player.
Okay.
Mm.
Here's a
Yeah.
question that's popped up quite a few times. Will these players actually play the full enhancement layer Profile 7 for Dolby Vision rips?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, that was an easy answer.
Yeah.
Last one here. Are these players compatible with Oral 3D and IMAX Enhanced? Yeah, of course they
Yes,
are.
Oral 3D. I've tested it and IMAX Enhanced. To tell you the truth, I've just started the conversation with the guys responsible for with IMAX. So right now he's in England,
Mhm.
and I'm negotiated with them to find a solution to be certified by IMAX Enhanced. But if you have already an IMAX Enhance file, it will be, of course, compatible right now,
Yeah.
but we would like to be, compatible with, to enable IMAX Enhance. And Auro 3D, I've got a Trinov at home, so it's all good. It's working well, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked on the older ones too. It's always triggered Oral or
Yes, yes, it's a
IMAX.
big
So
thing.
yeah,
In fact, yeah. And in fact, we are even compatible with the new DTX Pro, only available for the Trinov, and
yeah,
it's
yep.
working. I've got a new trailer from Trinov that has the new DTX Pro, and it's working on the new player. So all right.
Oh,
And
you have a new one. Hmm.
yes, it's like a teaser, but we will have to announce something with Trinov pretty soon.
Oh
Because
yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
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 so you'll see. It will be a nice treat for all the Zappiti users.
yeah. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba. How is upscaling from SD to HD? Is it the same like the Shield TV Pro?
I've not
Really?
really used, I've not tested it, but again, we've got our own, upscaling system, which is the Zappiti Magic Pixel
Yeah,
version 3
it worked
beside.
really good when I tested it too. I liked
Yeah,
it
yeah.
quite a lot. Yeah,
So I think it will be it. Honestly, I think we will do a better job than TV Pro is doing on that because we have invested a lot of technology, a lot of software that we put inside to make the SD picture the best possible in 4K, for instance. The conversion, it's really important for us. So now I can tell you that even with DVD, DVD has never looked, better on the new player. I can assure you. People will be
no,
satisfied.
HDMI 2.1 isn't like a thing, right? It doesn't really matter for these players. Yeah,
It's, like
unless you're like a
I've always get this question, so we have
yeah,
to tell our viewers that 2.1 brings more trouble than than 2.0. The compatibility problems between the display, etc. It's not always working well with 2.1, and we can do 4K 120p with the actual 2.0 certification. So, it's only for 8K content,
yeah.
and, it's not anytime soon.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like pointless to do that. I think.
I think when we have 8K content, we will have a new chip. Okay, so
Yeah.
we will do that for the next range.
Is there going to be new version of the NAS, or are we just going to stay with the other
Yeah,
version?
it's already a new version. Like
Oh, is it?
yeah, we've launched a new SE version this summer. Okay, it's a boosted version of the NAS that you have at home. It is more powerful. It has a new OS inside. Clearly, you can read and watch a movie at the same time, which wasn't always possible.
Oh,
In the previous version, because we have the latest i5 processor inside, we have 60 more power inside the NAS. So it's easier, and it's ROM compatible. The new model has the ROM core inside. Okay, but for people, who have already the previous version,
yeah.
don't worry, we've made a little options that we can implement, the rune core inside the previous version of our NAS. So it's working.
Hmm. I didn't know you guys had a new one. Okay.
Yeah. And
Is
there
the
will be, it's still, I've already spoke to you about that, but we are still working on the rack mount version of the NAS. We've
right,
got
right, yeah.
I've got the sample right here,
Oh,
but
do you?
it's
You actually have one?
yeah, yeah. I could
Okay.
show you. I could show it to you.
Yeah, pop it up.
Yeah, yeah. It's a big, it's a big baby. Let's.
Oh wow. Yes, I need one
You
of
will have a
those. That would
look.
be sweet.
Uh,
Yeah, I like
yeah,
that. I like it matches the other players too.
exactly. It will be look less than like a computer thing. It will
Yeah,
be. So it will be rack mountable, of course, and yes, we are working on that, and the the the, um, the case is good, but we have to make some changes inside the NAS to make it even better because we want to have the possibility to have 10 gigabyte, capabilities inside.
Right.
So it will be great to stream multiple 4K streams.
Is there still that little bug where if you're watching a movie, the subtitles automatically come on
Ah,
by default?
by default, yeah. You mean when you are using the menu?
Yeah.
When you are using the menu,
Because I think I noticed it on I even noticed it on the Zidu too when I was reviewing that. Like you play a
uh,
movie and the subtitles are on by default. You have to go in and turn them off.
yes, let me come back to you that because I'm not sure of that. I will have to test it again because most of the movies that I watch, I don't watch it with the menu. And of course, when you watch it directly, you don't
Yeah.
have the subtitles by default. But
Yeah. And we
let
skip it. Yeah.
me get back to you with that. I will give you the answer.
Okay. And do these play BDM folders or do you need to convert to ISO?
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
I do
It's
both.
working well with Dolby Vision, BDMV folders, no problem. Okay, MKV, BDMV, ISO. Uh, it's working in every possible way.
So that is that the rack mountable NAS. That's exactly the same as the previous one, just in a different housing.
No, no, we never launched a rack mountable one.
No, I mean
The
the internals,
one
like the processor and all that, is exactly the same.
for the NAS for
Yeah,
this
for
new
the
NAS.
yeah for the NAS.
No, no, we changed everything.
Oh,
That
everything
was
is new.
inside. It was like it was 3 years old technology inside, and we made an upgrade, in fact, and we changed the power supply. We made a bigger, better power supply for the
Hmm.
NAS.
Oh,
And
okay, very cool. What are
yeah,
you expecting that one to come out?
the new one,
Yeah,
it will be. It was supposed to be in at the end of the year. It's still possible, but with the delay of everything, it will maybe early next year.
yeah. Oh, it stinks. Looks super cool though. I'm excited to try that out. But
Very
these players, these are coming out this month, right? No, end of the
no,
month or something.
early November.
Oh, November. Oh, I don't even know
Yes,
what month we're
they,
in
they
anymore.
are. They will be finished late October in China, and we have 10 days to get the China to the US. So yes, it will be first week in November, I think.
Okay,
In the
very
US.
cool. Again, thank you for the 199 super chat there, Sharam. And these are going to be, I think you guys have teamed up with one of our local retailers here. I don't know if you're affiliated with that, but Robert from Value Electronics is going to be carrying these, from what I'm told, at his store, which is valueelectronics.com. Also, if you are part of my Patreon, there might be a little something in it for you if you're part of my Patreon channel. So join that as well. So I think this is going to wrap it up for the Zapitis. You guys are also selling the Revon players.
Yes, yes, and they're great. We had some bugs, at the beginning, but I guess we have fixed most of the problems with the X100. And the X100, we had a big problem with the DVD audio, which wasn't working. In fact, it was working if you didn't have an hybrid DVD audio disc, which are not, many, because most of the DVD audio are both, DVD video and DVD audio. And the problem with the X200 is that it read only the DVD video part of the DVD audio. So now I can tell your viewers that the problem is fixed and the new firmware will finally address this problem. And so we will have a great SSD player, DVD audio players, and of course a 4K Blu-ray DVD player too. So I'm really excited about this new firmware update.
Yeah, I think Will sent that over to me the other day. I got to install it. I don't think I
Yeah,
never would have noticed that because I've never listened to DVD audio before, so
yeah, yeah.
I never would
But
realize
it
that.
was it was a strong, huge demand, so we have
Yeah,
to do
really?
something about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you, and we will keep, doing and bring some new updates regularly. So yes, don't you can come back to us if you see a feature that you would like to have on this Raven players. I've got all my teams working on that, so feel free to contact me, and we'll be pleased to answer it to you.
So is this from you guys? Like who's doing these? Who's making these?
This is my former boss, which is the actual founder of Zappiti,
Uh,
and but I'm working closely with him, especially for the US market,
right.
and I'm like his beta just tester, and I give him the ideas of updates, upgrades. So feel free once again to come back to me and tell you would like to have these features, these little details. We want Raven to be a great player. Okay, so every little things that you can think of will be a great advancement for us.
I haven't tried it yet, but do these players play back like the file formats like the Zabitis do? Or like the Oppos
Yeah,
did?
but it's limited. Of course, you can play MKV, you can play M2TS, for instance, but no ISO.
No, so or
Yeah,
folders?
no folders too.
No folders? Okay.
No folders.
I guess you're
It's
gonna have to buy a Zapiti for that.
yeah, of course. Yes, like I told earlier in your show, if you want a great optical drive, you got to go to Raven, and for the PD, it's a great media player. So
What's the
both
big difference? What's the big difference between these two players, the 200 and the 100?
the DAC and the SACD capability. Okay, the SACD is only for the big one, the
Yeah.
X200, and we've got Burr Brown DAC on the Raven, which makes a really good job. But beside that, if it's just to watch movies, the X100 is a perfect player, And I heard, it's not that I heard, I know there is a trick to make it region free. So
Oh,
it,
okay.
it's another thing, for this player.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I've been working on that review. Yeah, solid players so far.
Mhm.
For sure. I mean, I'm a little bit more happier with the Zapiti players, but
Yeah,
some people like to have their discs. But this is
yeah, but it's good, it's good to have some choice, and
yeah.
the major brand have stopped doing their Blu-ray player, so I'm happy to continue you know, to, for people to have access to the physical disc. It's still important, At the PD, the physical disc is vital,
Yeah.
because if you want to have the best quality, we need to have the disc. So, the longer we have the physical disc, the longer we will have the ZPT players.
Also, if you want to pick up a Revon, I think you can buy it at Value Electronics as well. Am I correct? Because I think it
Yes.
was at the TV shootout. If I'm not, I know it was at the TV shootout. Yeah.
Exactly. And Robert did contact me today, and we'll get back to him. But yes, he's definitely in with both the PT and Raven. So
Yeah.
I'm very glad to work with him.
Yeah.
I,
Great.
just a quick story. When I had a shop in Paris, 15 years ago, I imported the first HD DVD from Robert.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
and yes, it was a big success, and I received the pallets from him from New York to Paris, and we sold every players, under a week. It was a great partnership. So I'm glad, we can still continue to work together. It's great.
Oh, interesting story. All right. One more question before we get up out of here.
Yeah.
This is from Life of Bliss, also on the channel. I'm sure you're
Hello.
aware of Kyle.
Yeah.
Will the Zapiti video app have any major changes or just minor appearances?
Yes, for now, yes, it's just minor appearance difference. But you can count on us that we will make, we will change everything. I guess next year, it's our goal to make something new with our interface, of course. But
What
you
about
will have
the
once again a new theme, which will bring you something new, and the new CinemaScope mode. That's pretty much the only thing that will change from the previous range.
how about the iPad app or iPhone app?
Yeah, it will be still compatible with the new range, of course, and
Mm,
it's working pretty well. You can control your device. It will
mm,
still be the case, and it's very it's I like it. I show it to my friends. If they want to search for a movie, they use the application. I think you scroll
mm.
all the movies. It's easy, and you can even click on the movie, and it will pop up on the screen. It will play directly on the player. It's a cool thing. So yes, we continue to propose this free app with our
So
players.
the problem I have with that app is the remote screen is white.
Yeah, you don't like it.
Well, because
Ah,
I like to
yes,
keep it on.
yes. When you're in the dark.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I,
yeah.
I guess we can change the background.
You gotta make it black. Come
Not-
on.
yeah, it's a great idea. I didn't
Yeah,
think about that. Nice input.
yeah. It's
I
gotta be
will do
black.
something about it, like dark
Yeah,
gray, not
yeah,
black, but dark gray.
yeah. Like a dark gray or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Because mine is always on. I always have it like on the side of my chair on the tray,
yeah.
and it's just like I can't use it. I have to turn it off. Yeah,
I know. It's a yes. I didn't think of it. Yeah, you're right. I
yeah.
will make this.
These little things are important.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And we have to hear the little details from our customers, of course.
But all right, man. I think that's gonna wrap it up, Raphael. So I'd like to
Sounds
thank
good.
Raphael for showing up today, talking about the new players, talking about the Revon 4K player for you physical media fans out there.
Yeah.
And these things are coming out sometime in November. This
Yes.
Killer Naz is coming out sometime next year.
Yeah.
Uh, so be on the lookout for this to
Yeah.
pop up on
Well,
my channel.
we'll keep you posted, of course, and we will send you all the units for review, of course, so you
Yeah,
can
I can't wait to
share
check it
them.
out. I'm
Share
excited,
it
super excited.
with
But yeah, man. So if you guys do want to pick up any one of these players, you can definitely go check out valueelectronics.com or visit zappiti.com. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks, Raphael. Thanks for you guys for chiming in with all your questions and your super chats. And we'll see you in